Good afternoon guys, welcome back to the mid-handicap series. So yet again I'd like to say thank you and welcome to Dave.
Excellent, how are you doing?
Very good, he's got his Leeds United top on, but we're not allowed to talk about Leeds United. Arsenal won though. Leeds lost anyway.
We were unlucky.
Dave just had a breakdown, talk me through it all.
We were unlucky.
So what we want to do today, we know that Dave wants a new putter, so we're going to go through a full putter fitting and what to expect from a putter fitting. Dave, you bought that one online or?
No, it was bought for me for a special birthday about 16 years ago, so I think I must have been about 18.
Yeah, back in the day.
And it's going a little bit crazy on the face.
Finding excuses. Anyway, yeah. Dave wants a new putter.
I do. I just want a new putter if I'm honest.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through it. We've got some Pings, we've got some Odysseys, we've got some Mizunos. We're going to go through, see what Dave likes, see what kind of putter heads suit Dave's eye, what putters aim him the best. We've got some triple tracks in there, we've got some normal Odysseys. I know Dave has mentioned that he's not necessarily a fan of the triple tracks.
No, I don't like the way it looks next to the ball.
And again, guys, comment below, are you somebody who likes the look of the triple tracks? Are you somebody who's got a triple track? Has it helped you? We're going to make Dave use one anyway to test it out to see if it is right for him. But less of the chatter, let's get inside and get on with it. So a couple of weeks ago we went through Dave's putting and we looked at his posture and how to get him set up a little bit more athletic, I think was the word I used, to make sure his arms are matching the shaft. The putter was actually a good length for him, but we're going to check that today. We're going to make sure that it is the right length, so that's the first thing that we're going to look at, the length of the putter, and that's probably the biggest thing I see with amateurs. They don't have a putter that's the right size for them, and we see all sorts of posture. They're either like Michelle Wee, tabletop, or they're stood up very tall and the motion starts to go around, or like Dave's just suggested there, the broom handle. So they'll go to the long putter, belly putter. I know they're banned, but some people will still use them. So we want to make sure that the length's correct. Dave can then get into a posture that's comfortable. He's not trying to fidget and get into a position that doesn't feel natural, because then you're never going to feel comfortable on a green. It's going to be very hard for you to consistent, really.
Yeah.
So first thing, we're going to get Dave hooked up to Capto now, get some numbers, see if it's the right length for Dave, if the path is working out. We've then got some of the adjustable Ping Heckler range, so we can start to go a little bit shorter or a little bit longer if needed, and see which one gives him the best numbers. So let's load Dave up. So we're going to get Dave going through his normal routine here. So when we went through the lesson, we talked about lining his ball up. So we're going to line the ball up as normal, and we're going to hit 3 putts with his putter, see how his stroke's looking, see if the length of the putter's right, which I'll talk through as we go. And then from there, we're going to check his aim, check if when he lines the ball up, if he can line this 2-ball blade to where we want it. So Dave, line her up. So we can see from there, Dave's posture is pretty good. He's using the top of the grip here. His arms are matching the shaft. So this is 34 inches, so far I'm happy. Okay, and a nice putt from there. So we want it to be as much like as on the course as possible. So he's going through his checkpoints, making sure his posture's correct, and then pulling the trigger. Good. Last one.
Need a new one.
2 for 2. Okay, so a little bit to the right, face there, was slightly open. So what we're going to do now is get Dave to line the ball up, and I'm going to get him to set the putter behind him. We're going to see with a laser where he's aiming. If he's aiming square with this putter, if the 2 balls on the top of it are good for his judgment, or if we need to find something with a little bit different. Maybe Dave's dreaded triple track. So line this one up, Dave, and then we'll not hit the putt. So get Dave to take his normal setup, get comfortable. So comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, so we'll take the ball away. And we can see there when Dave sets up the ball, even using the line, we haven't got a cross on the ball. You can see Dave's aimed that one up slightly left. So we're going to change the ball, one with a line on the back, and we're going to see if that helps him or if he's still struggling to align that putter. So we've changed the ball now, we've just put that on screen so we can see it's now got a line for the leading edge. So we're going to see if Dave can square this up to that line. It's lined up straight for the hole. Comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, right, take that ball out.
It's not as bad.
So not as bad there, so we've used a line for him to square the face up, and we can see it's improved it half-folds. So we've gone from around about half a cup outside to now inside left. So it's not bad, but if we would have this put over a 10-footer, this is around about 6 feet, Dave would be missing the hole, and if that's a straight put, he's not going to hold that, he's going to have to adapt. And what we see from his stroke is he cuts across a little bit, but that's because he's aiming there, and as a result he's then opened the face, and that's why we don't see that roll. So the putter, although he's used it for a long time, wasn't fitted, and by the looks of it, the two balls on the top are not helping with Dave's alignment. So we need to figure out what putter we've got here, what we can start to see. I'm very happy with the length, and that's the thing we've looked at there. The length is good, but we're now looking at the aim bias. So is there anything that's affecting where that putter's aiming? So
It's cutting edge technology when I bought this.
Cutting edge technology, when Dave bought that in 1998. Give or take.
Give or take. Maybe 5 years less than that.
Which is not much younger than I am. So we're going to look at a different putter now. We're going to assess. I'm happy with the length, so I'm going to put a putter now that's going to be 34 inches, so we're happy with that length. Dave feels comfortable there. Dave, how tall are you?
Yeah, if I'm James Robinson, about 6'4", but in reality I think I'm about 5'9".
Yeah, so 5'9", so 34 inches, pretty good there. I'm 6'1". I've got a 35-inch putter that I was fitted for, so it's based on your height but also on your posture. When you get into a comfortable posture, Dave might stand more upright, he might need a longer putter, but with the posture that we've worked on, 34 is correct. So let's get a ping loaded up. We're going to look at the catch putter, similar size, so let's get that loaded up and let's have a look at the numbers. So we've loaded the catch in now. We're going to get Dave to do the same process. We're going to get him to hit a couple of putts first because it is a different neck, it's a double bend, and then we're going to check his aim. So a better roll, a little bit short, tightly, laid up, playing it as a par 4. Face not as open there, so that's an interesting thing. The face wasn't as open and the path wasn't as far left. So is that hosel something that's going to be beneficial to Dave? I mean, Dave, how did it look?
It felt a bit strange, if I'm honest. When I first started, it felt as though I was sort of putting the toe on the ground more than...
So it felt a little bit strange. This putter is a little bit heavier as well. So Dave, he can grip at the full length of the grip. He's just slightly gone down. So now, better. So this putter has a harder face, so it might come off. Although the first one was a little bit short, it might come off a little bit quick. So when we get out onto the green and we do some distance testing, we might see that Dave still favours something with a softer face. But one more from Dave.
Yeah, see, that's what it is. It's when I line it up like that and then I lift it to make sure it's right.
So that's a good point Dave's made there. He's feeling like he's having to adjust his hands because of the aiming on this putter. So it's got 3 lines on there, and if you have the toe of the putter slightly in the air, the lines won't match the lines on the ball. So it's something that we've gone for Dave to try and get him aiming square at the setup. So hold one there, path was a lot better, face was slightly open, but line this one up, Dave, and then what we're going to do is we're going to test that aim. Comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a quick look. So much better there for Dave. We can see that that's now aiming just right of centre. So we've seen he's had to adjust his hands to make sure that he aligns the lines on the putter with the ball. And we can see that's increased his accuracy. We saw that with the roll. The roll was a little bit better. I know you couldn't see that, but the roll on the ball was a lot better. As a result, he's starting on line, he's not lipping in, So let's go one more time. We'll get to double check to get a fair test. We did it twice with his original. Comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. Good, so alignment there, bang in the middle now. So he didn't necessarily use the line on the ball, he was just able to set up with the lines on the back of the putter. And we'll have a quick look at the putter now, the lines on the top. So we can see there with the lines on the top, it helps Dave with his aim. So that's something that's drastically improved his aim, which is one of the biggest things we need in putting. We need to be able to start that ball on the line. We've got his setup now better because the putter length's correct. We've now got a putter that aims a bit better. But like I said before, we are going to make Dave try one of the triple tracks to see if that's consistent as well. Because when we go onto the putting green in next week's video and we start to look at pace and holing out, we might want different faces. So this one's a hard face, so it's going to come off a little bit quicker. As a result, they won't have to make as big a motion. But we'll see how that helps over a 20-30 foot putt compared to a softer face of a triple track putter, and start to see which one he favours. I'm rooting for the triple track, to be honest, because he said he didn't like them. So let's load that one up now. So we're in here now with the triple track number 10. We've gone, so similar shape, so it's still a mallet putter. We've also gone same length, 34 inches, which we know is Dave's favourite length, and the numbers show that. And then what we've also done is kept the same neck design. So it's the double bend that we had on the catch that Dave got some good numbers with. Good pull. So slightly open, common trend, but that's more down to Dave's technique, not down to the putter. But the path was pretty good. So a little bit out to the right, which is good because that's changed from his pattern that we saw in his lesson where it was getting across every single time. So two more and then we'll check the aim. Two good putts again, path very good, face slightly open. Right, final one and then we'll check the aim. So far, Dave, how does it feel? Different off the face?
Yeah, a bit softer, it feels nice.
A little bit softer off the face, which will be very similar to his previous Odyssey, so the Odyssey Blade 2 ball, which had a very soft insert, and it's one that's very popular and still used. So this is just a newer version. Good. 3 for 3, very neutral path there, so 0.4 and face. So Dave's shaking his head because I know he doesn't want this, but he might have to get his hand in his pocket and invest in a triple track that he doesn't like, but he knows it's going to work. So
50 quid.
Trying to cut my deals already. Classic golfer, and that's why I don't work in a shop anymore. So let's line this one up and then we'll check the aim. Let's see, because we know with the catch it was very consistent. It was right half and then it was bang in the centre. So let's see if we can beat that.
Now.
Comfortable, good. Good, so first time, straight off the bat, bang in the middle. So we're already a little bit ahead of the catch. Dave's fuming, life's over. He's told all his friends he don't really like triple track.
Told all the mates I'm having a pig.
So yeah, Dave's not having a good run. Right, same again, so line her up and then we'll double check. So far we've looked at the length, so we've made sure that, and that's the biggest thing I look at when fitting putters. So the length we've now consistent, we see his numbers of his path are very good. We then looked at things that can affect your aim bias. So if there's something, certain designs of aim on the top of the putter that can help you get that on target. So Dave, you comfortable?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Very good. So 2 for 2 I'd like to call that. So only, well, it's slightly better than the catch, but both of those have aimed straight into the middle. He's used a line on the ball, but it's mainly the design on the top of the putter that's helped him out. So Dave, so far, I know obviously the results are showing that those numbers are better, but which is your favourite so far?
This, I'll be honest, this does feel better. My big worry about this is having to look for a ball that's got lines on it and stuff like that, but
yeah,
if it works, it works.
So Dave's obviously saying that his biggest worry is making sure he's got a ball that matches the lines on top. Obviously we know that Callaway do the ball, but even if he uses one ball, it's definitely use one ball, maybe it's Dave Harrison ball. If he uses a ball with a line on it, then that's going to be able to match hopefully. But we see there, he's only had a single line on there and he's able to square that and get it centred both times. Again, you like the feel?
Yeah, it's nice to feel. I like that.
Probably because it's similar to your old putter. So it's basically just upgrading potentially his blade. But we're going to wrap that up for today. So we've got the numbers, we've seen what is working for Dave, we've seen what things are affecting his aim. So we've ticked a few boxes off today, like I was just saying then. We've ticked off the length of the putter, comfortable with that length. We've ticked off the aim bias, so we've ticked something that now the design of the putter helps him aim correctly, so we can tick that box when he's on the green. There's nothing worse than being on a putting green and thinking, am I aiming right, am I aiming left, is it going in, is it not? So comfortable with those two designs.
Yeah, in fairness, when I had that Odyssey originally, that's
why you got it.
The two balls was why I got it, because it did aim it well.
Yeah.
But obviously things have moved on now.
That's it, so Dave said he got the two ball because of the balls on there to help him aim a little bit better. Things have, like you said, have moved on now, and we see that that's been able to help him drastically improve that. So next week what we'll be looking at is distance control. So that's one big thing we see in putting, mainly with amateurs. I see them, again, you're not going to hole a great deal of putts, you're going to hole more putts if you aim better and it's fitted, but we want to make sure that your distance control is good, because how many times, well Dave, you all know, you hit it 6 feet past, then the next one's 6 feet short, and that can all come down, yes, to technique, but also the design of the face. We know that the catcher's got a harder face, so the ball might come off a little bit quicker. Would Dave be comfortable with that, or would it be better with something a little bit softer? So next week we'll go through that. We'll start to look at him holing out some putts, aiming it on the putting green, see if it's the same as it is in here. Because we have got a square edge here, it might be a little bit easier, so we will check that out on the putting green. And then Dave's going to have to spend some money.
That don't sound so good though.
You're not fired up?
Well, I like the putting bit.
He's fired up about a putter.
The spending the money bit, it's not so great.
It's not over the moon about spending money. I'll try and do me a deal.
You see.
Right, so thanks for watching. Comment below, guys, anything you've seen there that you might have not expected from a fitting, anything there that might help you. Think about it. Comment what you want to see. Ask any questions away. Again, ask Dave anything that you want to ask Dave. Why he felt that one was a little bit better. Dave is a wizard at replying to comments. Probably better than I am, unfortunately. But thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that. And as always, we'll see you next week.
Cheers.